Hey guys, we are here with Ben and we will be touring his unit today. We're going to be finding out how much he's making inside this property and how he's managed to get this deal. So Ben, can you show me around this house?
Come on, let's have a look. This is the sitting room. This is a 6-bed flat. Actually, I sought this deal myself. I got it through an agency, but a couple of days earlier, I met the landlord, a very wonderful guy, and the rent here is $2,000.
Okay.
As you can see, I've got everything ready, and this property is not yet on the market, but I've got a friend of mine who runs a football agency. They're coming in here on November 5th, and they will stay up until January.
Okay, so just to confirm, the property that you have here is £2,000 a month.
Yeah.
Would you say that's quite high for a house in Birmingham?
Yeah, it's quite high, but I like to take on challenges, and the guests I want to have here are not ordinary people. I want A-list people, and that's my idea. So when I got the property, someone told me this is high. I said, don't worry, I know it's high, but I'll take the challenge. For example, the people that are moving here from November 5th, there are 12 of them, footballers. It's like an academy. So what he does is that he brings them from Africa. They will be here, and then he starts getting them to go to clubs, to kind of a tryout. There are 12 of them, and he has agreed to pay £50 in a day for each player. There was a place he was using before. He told me he was paying £65 a day.
Okay.
So I told him I can give you something better. I can give you 50. And he said, okay, fine.
Right.
So if you do the math, I'm making a lot from there.
How much did you receive from this 2-month booking then, from this football team?
So for now, he had just paid a deposit of 10,000. That's 600 a day.
Okay.
Times 31 for 1 month, that's 18,600.
Right, okay.
So he has made a deposit for 1 month, 10,000.
10,000,
Yeah.
okay.
18 times 2, that's about 37,000. I have a management company. He's yet to know about this. I'm gonna surprise him. He doesn't know yet. He used to take 15%, but I want to talk with him to come down a bit because he has become my friend, and I'm hoping to get him to start taking 10%.
Okay.
If he agrees, he take that out. Then you take out cleaning fees because they will be cleaning the property every 4 days. If you take out the cleaning fees, take out the council tax, I'll be seeing about £12,000.
Profit or revenue?
Profit.
Okay,
yes.
that's a really good booking.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. So there is a booking here that I will show you. So for 2 days, 2 persons, he paid £750, and I told him I can, after the first 2 months, if we go over to the next month, we can have a little walk around on that. This is from September 18th to 23rd. As you can see, 5 nights, 12 guests, right?
Wow, yes, £1,804 payout. Well, do you want to show that to the camera?
So this is the kind of guests we want here because we've got a very big backyard. We've got snooker, we've got tennis, and we want to get some more outdoor sports as well. Maybe handball.
I would say to put a hot tub in here.
Yes, I already have that ordered. It will be delivered by the weekend. So the hot tub will be here, and we've got a garden furniture here. Okay. So a friend of mine suggested we put maybe golf just there,
We'll have a look outside and we'll see how big this space is. But yeah, that's amazing. You're making quite a lot. Did you furnish this unit yourself?
No, so I got a friend of mine who is also an interior designer. His name is Adam. He was the one that did the furnishing. He did it quite wonderfully well, plus my own little ideas. I went into it.
So I want to know now how much you paid the interior designer to furnish this unit for you.
£1,500.
Okay, so you paid him £1,500 to furnish this full unit. That's quite a low cost. Did this unit come with existing furniture in already?
There's no existing furniture here, and as you can see, everything here was bought by myself.
Right. When you say you bought this, everything here, how much did you spend on that?
Roughly about £9,000 went into this property. Furnitures.
Okay, for furniture only, you spent £9,000, and then on top of that, you spent another £1,500 on the interior designer.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's quite a high investment, but I can see that it does make sense for you considering how much return you're going to be getting per month.
Yeah, of course. For an ordinary investor in the service accommodation business, he might just say no. But for myself, I like to take on challenges.
High risk, high reward.
Because I have built a business before. I know what the risk. I know it's quite expensive, but that's why I go for. Because the more you go higher, the more the profit.
How long did it take you to get this unit, and how did you manage to negotiate such a great deal?
So from what you taught me, I went online, started searching for property, and then I found this one, and it took about 2 weeks negotiation because I negotiated the rent from 2,500 to 2,000.
Then you tend to speak in a way where you do big things and then you kind of brush it off like it's nothing. But the viewers want to know how you did that, because that's the big thing, right? How did you do that?
The thing is that the property has been abandoned for a long time, and I looked at it. I know I'm gonna put in a lot of money into it to get it up. That's the first point. That's where I started. You know, trying to let them consider how much I'm gonna put in. I already had a master design of how the property will look after. I sent it to them and told them, compare your property as it was and how it's gonna look after I'm done. And they said, okay, fine. And then that's what got me that.
It sounds very easy. Was it easy?
It wasn't easy.
Yeah.
You know, it's not easy. You know, it was a tough back and forth, and at the end of the day, it came to that.
What's your actual story then? How did you come into a new country that you've never been before and just work your way up?
First of all, I loved this country. There were other options to go to, you know. My country was becoming so bad.
Which country are you from?
I'm Nigerian. It was becoming so bad economically, so bad. Businesses were failing around me. I was in the oil and gas business in Nigeria. The company is still there running, but the economy of the business wasn't as it used to be because of the bad government policies that we've got there. And apart from that, I'm a married man and I've got kids.
You have responsibilities.
Yeah, you have to start thinking, how will the future of the children be if they stay in this country? There's no future, so I decided to look elsewhere, where first of all, where the kids will have a better, bright future, where their skills will be appreciated, you know? So I said the UK is better for me. Moving from Nigeria to here wasn't easy. I left my extended family back home.
Yeah.
You know, the love when you are around family is different from when you are away from them. But I'm here alone with my family, my wife and my children. My brothers, my sisters, my cousins are there. So it's quite difficult. But you have to take that leap if you really want to succeed, right? I'm starting business here. At least this is a place where the economy is good for business, and I've started and I have seen how the system works here. So I just want to give it a bit of a fight.
Well, that's very inspirational. It's not easy leaving your family back home and coming here to the UK alone. Even though you love the country, it's still difficult to start. You're starting from fresh again, right? So a big well done, you know, to what you have achieved, and your mindset as well is extremely strong. About this huge pool table / table tennis. So
this is just a kind of a mini sport for people where you can have people relaxing here and you can have others playing a bit of a game. So we figured that getting a pool table and a table tennis table, that would be wonderful. So they have the option of choosing which one to play.
And how much did something like this cost for you to purchase?
It cost about 1,200 thereabout.
So that's quite a very high investment, but like you said earlier, you like taking higher risks for higher rewards.
For higher rewards.
So do you think adding this extra amenity has given you extra revenue so far?
Of course, because instead of going out there to play it, you can have it at home. Because any guest that walks in through that door, this is home for him or her. So instead of in the evening you are feeling bored and you don't know what to do, you've got a game at home.
So you want everyone to stay in the property. You want everyone to utilize as much things as they can in order for them to have a good experience and then leave you a good review.
Of course.
And if they leave you a good review, they could potentially be returning guests, and then you also have more guests that also want to use amenities like this.
You know everything, exactly.
Amazing. So shall we go outside before we go upstairs?
Let's take a tour outside, yeah.
There's a lot of things you can use this area for?
Of course. I mean, we've gone over that with the landlord, and he told us that he has given us to go to maybe have a bit of parties here. For example, kids' birthday parties can happen here, weddings.
Weddings, yes.
Not large-size weddings. So that's another selling point for us. We are trying to purchase a mini wedding tent. If anybody wants to take the place for a wedding, we're going to put the tent here for them. Maybe a tent that can take 100 guests. So what we are targeting is just small weddings, small birthday parties for children.
How will you be controlling the noise then?
So whatever parties that will happen here, we'll have to have one of our team come here to supervise it, to make sure there's no loud noise and there's no nuisance against the neighbors. So this is my favorite area. Imagine waking up in the morning and looking out to this beauty. It's my favorite area, and I think if I'm to sleep here, this is the room I would take.
What pushed you to joining a program and not trying to do this yourself?
Okay, so knowing that I'm in a new country where I don't know how things work, not knowing how to start it off. So I looked you guys up and I did my due diligence on you for like 3 months.
3 months?
Yeah.
Wow, what were you looking at?
I'm looking at if there are so many of these kind of people online.
Yeah.
Who just take your money and give you half-baked truths. And also I did due diligence on you 3 months to see how you follow on your students, to make sure probably that they are having some success, the serious ones. So I said, okay, these are the people, and I clicked and said, I want to talk. Everything you taught us, I used in my negotiations, you know. Not to say too much stuff at the beginning, you know, reserve the sweet ones at the end.
Yes, yes. So what Ben is saying here is you should never just message a landlord to say, hi, my company name is this. I'm looking to rent this apartment for my business clients. I will do this for you. You can't do that, right? Because you haven't even formed a relationship with the landlord to sell to him yet in order for them to even consider you.
Yes. And then getting a business from the ground up in a new country was a bit of a confusion, but with your mentorship, I was able to do all of that.
So this is the master bedroom.
It came with the woodwork. I fixed the mirrors and the beds, and then the chair was brought in.
Okay, and it's got quite a large bathroom in there.
A good bathtub, and we have for maybe disabled person, we've got an aid for disabled person. Okay. And that's one of the reasons why we say that this property is good, because the kind of guests we are targeting, it doesn't matter if the person is disabled. We have to provide a level of comfort for even the disabled persons.
So Ben, this isn't your first property.
Oh, no, it's not. This is my fourth property.
How fast did you get these 4 properties?
So I started my mentorship in April, and I got my first property in May.
How much is that one making per month?
So that one is making me about 1,000 a month.
Unfortunately, we didn't get to view it because you mentioned that.
Yeah, got all booked.
When did you get your second property?
I got the first property in May. The first week of the next month, I got the second one.
And how is that property doing right now?
All booked, they're doing wonderful.
When did you get your third property?
So I got the third property the 3rd month.
In the 3rd month of the program?
Of the program,
okay.
Yes.
So within 3 months, you managed to get 3 properties.
Yeah.
When did you get this unit?
So I got this unit after I have graduated from the program.
Okay.
I got it, and of course I told you about it, and it was, I said, this is big. Other properties that I've got is 2 beds, 1 bed, 2 beds, and another 2 beds. And this is big. I said, let me take on this challenge. What I'm looking to make from this property per month is at least 5,000.
5,000 in profit.
In profit.
That's the lowest. What's the highest that you've calculated that you could be making from this house that we're in right now?
10,000.
So that is a very big figure.
Yes, it is.
How has it impacted your family?
I traveled for summer. I haven't really traveled from the money that I made from my business here. But this summer I was able to take my family to France, went to Spain, you know, had a bit of fun.
Very spacious. spacious?
Yeah, very spacious.
Did you do any type of renovation in here?
Yeah, of course, we changed the flooring and we changed that to a more modern style, so that's the renovation we did.
Okay, how much was the renovation in this bathroom alone?
No, this flooring didn't cost much. These are about £300.
What did it look like before? Why did you want to renovate the flooring?
Because you've got the rugs in here.
The rug?
Yeah, that.
There was carpet in the toilet?
Yeah, so that wasn't up to the standard we wanted.
Okay, yeah. I know a lot of old properties in the UK, they tend to have carpets in the bathroom.
Yeah. When the landlord saw that, he was saying, this guy, you know what you're doing. This is more comfortable for the guests.
This property, you are charging £450 a night, is that correct?
600. It depends on the negotiations you have, because the kind of guests I'm gonna get here, I go look for those guests myself. For example, I'm writing emails to so many people.
Which people?
I'm writing to book clubs, I'm writing to golf clubs, I'm writing to cooperative societies as well, and to some politicians as well.
Okay, so you're thinking outside the box. Yes. You're reaching out to the people that you know are willing to pay more for a property like this.
Yes, that's what I'm doing.
Well, let's step out the bathroom and let's go into the next room. So this is the bunk bedroom, and then we have the last room there.
Made this up, bunk bed for maybe a family that comes in here with children, right? This is where the kids can stay in.
So instead of putting one bed here, you're trying to optimize the amount of guests that you can fit in here, and you've allowed this to be suitable for children to stay in. So Ben, tell me about the cleaners then. Did you hire the cleaners yourself, or did you go to a cleaning company?
So I've got a management company that is managing all my portfolios. The reason why I did that is because you can't have everything on your head. I've got business at home that I need to take care of, and then this here.
I'm glad that you went with a management company, because like you said, if you were to go out and hire cleaners yourself under your company, then it can become a headache, because you're having to train them, you're having to quality check the rooms as well. You're basically being the management for this cleaning company and your own properties as well. I think when you first start up, you should get a management company. I would say later down the line, it would make sense to now go all in-house, hire your own cleaners, because then it would make sense financially. At first, when you started this business, were you doing everything yourself, or did you get the management team in from the start?
So when I started, I tried to do it myself, and I found out that if I want this business to succeed, that I can't have all of these burdens on myself. I'm the kind of person that wants to have time in order to create other businesses. Okay, so I said, okay, let me get a management company. So I spoke to Kaiser.
You spoke to Kiza, who's one of the success coaches in our program.
Yes, and Kiza gave me this management guy. I booked a live course with you to kind of get the ideas on what I would do, and you gave me some tips on what to look out for. You said to receive channel managers from them at the end of every month, and you said to look out for their reviews online. They've got good
Very
reviews.
important.
And I looked out for these things, and that's what they're doing. I met the landlord a couple of weeks ago, and I found out that he's a wonderful guy. We've been talking, and he came here, he was wild by what he saw, and he gave me a handshake, and he told me that he's got other friends who has properties, that he's gonna give me a call. So I'm just waiting for that call.
Amazing work, Ben. You're honestly killing it. Shall we go into the next room? So Ben, is there anything that you want to share with the audience which you think will help them watching right now?
Okay, the only thing I want to share with them is not to have fears when going into service accommodation business. I know it's quite competitive, but who are you if you cannot compete? I mean, what kind of person are you if you cannot compete? So you have to have that winner's mindset. Service accommodation is booming in the UK, and it's competitive. Because it's competitive, that's why I'm in it. So if you want to get into service accommodation, go into it because it's competitive, knowing that you're a winner and that you can win.